Scotland is home to some incredible mountains, and I've made it my goal over the last 5 years to climb every single Scottish Munro, which is a mountain over 3,000 feet high. And after completing this challenge, I think it's time to head further afield. So join me in today's adventure as I take a trip to Europe, where at the end of this trip I will hopefully have climbed a 4,000 metre peak, Gran Paradiso. Well, good morning guys, and welcome to another adventure today. Now, something completely different. I'm currently at Edinburgh Airport, about to take a flight to Geneva, and in this video I'm hopefully going to climb my first 4,000 metre peak. Now, I'll take you along the adventure. I've got a couple of days in Chamonix in between just to do some hiking, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Alps and just a different part of the world. I've only ever filmed videos in Scotland, so looking forward to this. I'm a nervous flyer, so probably not going to film much of that, but yeah, I'll show you a few clips, but I'll check in with you once I reach Geneva and then on to Chamonix. So I had the usual airport pint, and then before I knew it I was taking off. As I say, I'm a nervous flyer, so don't like this part of the journey at all. But after just a few hours I was landing in Geneva, and yeah, I was glad to get back on the ground. So I had a shared transfer from Geneva to Chamonix, which is about an hour's drive. And yeah, the scenery here was stunning, seeing some huge mountains out of the window, so I was excited for the trip ahead. Okay, so I finally landed in Chamonix in France after flying into Geneva. I'll give you a quick look at the views from the balcony here. Mont Blanc massif there. So I am tired. I left Edinburgh at 4 o'clock this morning. So I've got a chill night tonight in Chamonix, gonna get some dinner, and then the plan is to do some hiking tomorrow. Probably gonna get some cable cars and maybe do the Aiguille du Midi as well, head up there and see the views. And then the following day is the start of my Gran Paradiso climb. Oh, this is a new part of the world to me, and the mountains here are just, it feels like they're on steroids. They're humongous. It was some shock on the drive here from Geneva. I'll do a breakdown of how much this trip has cost at the end of the video, and yeah, I just hope it's going to be a good trip, something totally different, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. Well, good morning guys. Today I'm going to do a little bit of hiking, just warm my legs up, get a couple of cable cars, but have a look at these stunning views this morning. This place really is out of this world. So the plan is to go to Lac Blanc, which includes a couple of cable cars to get there, and then this afternoon I'm going to do the Aiguille du Midi. You can almost see where that's going to take me, just up there. So yeah, nothing too difficult today, just warm up the legs for a bigger day tomorrow, where I'm going to head to Italy and make a start on Gran Paradiso. So I'll take you along and show you hopefully some amazing views of Mont Blanc. I'll tell you what, this might just be one of the most scenic places. It probably is the most scenic place I've ever seen. Look at that, Mont Blanc in the background there. I don't think my camera's going to do it much justice, really, is it? I'm just about the cable car now. I'm going to head uphill. I think the route kind of takes me up in this direction here. Just everywhere you look here, there's insane views, and it's only going to get better as the day goes on. So that's cable car number 1 complete. Look at these views already. Mont Blanc just hidden behind the hut there. But now it's on to this next one. The index cable car is going to take me all the way up here. Maybe a little bit of cloud there, but yeah, the view should open right up there.
Pero me apetecía como motivarme, ¿sabes? Y los largos en parte me motivan, es como que la de por...
Los sextos son súper azules, la ropa es súper buena.
Vale.
Y en el mismo sector tendrías como para ti, para hacer si te motiva de tienes, sino que te mandan ir a la luz y la luz tendría también para allá. Es como que hay una.
Vale, pues...
Y enfrente de terminal está herboristería, que es como salen los bichos.
So let's meet off the index cable car or gondola. I think this is the highest I've ever been. I'm not sure the height, I'll have a look in a second. Fantastic conditions. A bit cloudy over towards Mont Blanc and in that direction, but hopefully that'll clear as the day goes on. So now just a hike to Lac Blanc, which is just about an hour's hike. A few ups and downs en route, so yeah, shouldn't be too bad. The hike was not too difficult really. It was on this rough sort of track, so you had to take a little bit of care, and it was going to take about an hour, but I just could not stop looking around at these incredible views over to the Mont Blanc Massif. Pretty much run out of words already to describe the views here. It's cleared right up with Mont Blanc there, the Aiguille du Midi there, that's where I'm going later today. All of these huge pinnacle looking mountains. Aiguille Verte I think it is, probably butchering the French pronunciation. It's just like nothing I've ever seen before, but I think 10-15 minutes I'll be at this lake. Some handy equipment, you don't get this back in Scotland. Well, I've made it to Lac Blanc. Take a look. Pretty spectacular place at just over 2,400 meters. I think I'm going to take a walk around it, taking these views. Wow. This place is crazy. Views just seem to keep getting better and better. Really blue lake with all that views in the background. You've got all this here too. It's insane. This is getting mega busy now, so I'm going to try and get a coffee. There is actually a Rifugio here that sells food and drink, so yeah, look how busy this is. Okay, that was mega busy, so time to head back down. I'm under a bit of time constraint as my Aiguille du Midi cable car is booked for 3 o'clock, so yeah, I'm going to walk down to the first cable car, La Fugere, I think it's called, I can't remember the name. I think the views are meant to be really nice if you walk down to that way, rather than walking back to that second cable car. Taking that down, I'll get some great views on the way down from here. I think I made the right decision doing it this way. Look at this. This has been the view the whole way down. Again, just over an hour to get down here. Not long at all. But yeah, that's about it for this hike. I'm going to jump on the cable car, the first one again, back down, and then it's about half an hour walk back into Chamonix for me. And then, like I say, 3 o'clock, I'll be getting on that other cable car up the biggie, Aiguille du Midi, which I can still see it here. It's frightening the living daylights out of me at the moment, but I'm looking forward to it all the same. So I'll catch you once I'm back down into Chamonix. Well, I've scored this time. Cable car to myself. It was ram-packed on the way up. Thank you. Right then, that's me back at my apartment in Chamonix. That was a really enjoyable hike. Tired now though, that heat takes it right out of you. Even though it took 2 cable cars to take out most of the ascent. It's a couple of hours of hiking, but I've got to conserve my energy for the next few days. I'm just going to get a change of clothes and head up Aiguille du Midi, which I don't think I'm going to film too much of it up there, maybe just a few clips. Slightly nervous. I think this is one of the highest cable cars in the world, if not the highest cable car, so yeah, the footage should be good. It's looking clear up there, and yeah, it's just a beautiful place. I can't get my head around the views. That hike today was just outstanding. I'm not usually too bothered when it comes to cable cars or gondolas, but I have to say this one was quite frightening. It's really, really steep, and about halfway you have to change and get onto another one, and as you can see in the background here, this one is extremely steep, so yeah, I have to admit I was quite frightened on this part.
For your return, time departure will be at 5 o'clock.
Thank you. Even though this was quite scary to get here, I would highly recommend doing it, as the views up here are incredible. It's just unbelievable that they managed to build this. This is one crazy place. Over 3,000 meters, nearly 4,000 meters high. Look at that. So from the platform here, you could actually take another lift up another 42 meters, which would give you the best views back down to Chamonix, but also straight across to Mont Blanc. You could feel that you could just touch it from here.
Valle de los Cósmicos y aquello la Valle Blanche.
Right, the views up here have been crazy. I'm getting down. I've actually got some vertigo, I think. I am extremely tired. Made it down from the Aiguille to Midi. What an experience that was. I really enjoyed it. Had slight vertigo at some points as it is just so steep. I've never been at that height before. It was 3,800 meters. Long day with the hike in the morning, and Aiguille to Midi was quite a long experience as well. There's a lot of queues and just standing waiting for the cable cars, especially in the heat. But here's my view for this evening. Another night in Chamonix. But the plan is to head into Italy tomorrow, into Usta, where I'm going to get a lift from someone else that's going to climb Gran Paradiso with me and a guide. So looking forward to that as we change the scenery. And yeah, hopefully on Thursday morning be able to summit Gran Paradiso. Nervous, but really excited for that. So I'm knackered. I'm going to call it a night. Taking these views for maybe another 10 minutes. I'll catch up with you tomorrow for this journey into Italy. Well, good morning. This is finally the day, day 3. So I'm just about to leave Chamonix, catch a bus to Usta, which is in Italy through the Mont Blanc tunnel. So that's where I'm getting picked up. Then we're gonna drive to the start of the hike. So about a 3-hour hike up to the Chabod hut, where we're gonna spend the night, and then tomorrow hopefully head to the summit of Gran Paradiso. Now the weather is looking a little bit ropey, not so sure how we're gonna get on, but just going to play it by ear, and the guide will obviously keep us right on that as well. Anyway, I'm going to head down to my bus, about a 20-minute walk, and then make my way into Italy. Let's go. So the bus journey here would take me through the Mont Blanc tunnel, and the reason I chose to do this on public transport was it's so much cheaper. I think this cost me €8 for this bus ticket, where a pass for a car is about 70 or 80 euros to get through and back. So yeah, I definitely took the cheapest option. So from Usta, the other clients on the group actually picked me up, and this was us on the way to Valsavarenche, which would be the start point of the walk up to the Chabod hut. So that's us made it to the start point, Valsavarenche. What a beautiful place. Look at this. Stunning place. And this is where the hike's going to take up to the Chabod hut. So looking forward to this. I probably won't do much filming on the way up there, but I'll catch you once I make it up to the hut. Wow. Lovely viewpoint. Climbed a good height already. Hot, not used to this conditions. Don't get this back in Scotland. So just to give you an idea of what the hike was like, we would hike out of the valley down here up to the hut where we spend the night. This was about 800 or 900 meters of ascent. And day 2 we'd head up the glacier to the top of Gran Paradiso, all the way back down to the hut, and then back down to the valley, which is about 2,300 meters of straight descent. Probably the worst part of this trip. But I have to say, once we came out of the forest there, the views opened up, and what a stunning hike this was, even if it was rather warm. So we've made it to Rifugio Chabod. Oh, tougher than most Monroes I've done in Scotland. But yeah, that's just the start of it. Gran Paradiso in the background there. So after reaching the hut here at 2,710 meters, we had a couple of beers, and the other clients were actually from Germany, so there was a bit of a language barrier. Only one of them spoke good English. So yeah, we still had a good time, and it was just a case of waiting for the guide who would meet us at 6 o'clock to have a brief, and it was just amazing taking these views of Gran Paradiso in the distance. So we're just settling into Rifugio Chabod. Lovely, lovely location. Insane, look at this. There's where I'm going to be staying. And the route kind of goes up here onto the glacier, curve back, and there's the summit of Gran Paradiso. It's 360-degree views from up here. Not gonna lie, slightly nervous about this. Just about to meet the guide, and the 3 other clients are really, really nice as well. They gave me a lift up here, so I could tell we're gonna have a good time tomorrow. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, got to meet the guide, get some dinner. It's gonna be an early night as we set off at about 4:30 in the morning. Hit it quite early, so yeah, I'm going to try and video as much as I can for it, but until then I'll give you a couple of clips of tonight and then the big day tomorrow. As I said there, it was going to be an early start, but our plans actually changed rather quickly. Upon meeting the guide and getting our 3-course dinner in the hut, it turned out there was going to be some really bad thunderstorms at about 9 AM. So we actually decided to leave really, really early. A 12:45 AM wake up call, hoping to leave at about 1:15 or 1:30 AM. So it was time to go to bed. Good morning, it's currently 1:15. We're heading for Gran Paradiso, a very alpine start. It's time to get ready to get going. We're starting this early to hopefully beat the thunderstorms that are coming at 9 o'clock. Surprisingly warm outside. Now, I was extremely tired. I only got just under 2 hours sleep. Not sure if it was the altitude or what it was. I just couldn't get to sleep. But we set off under the light of our head torches, and before we knew it, we were actually on the glacier. It was time to get the crampons and helmets and harnesses on and get roped up, as most of the walking from here was on the glacier. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it, but in the background here there was a huge bang, and it was actually a thunder and lightning storm in the distance. I'll try and slow it down. You can just see it there. And this went on for the whole hike. The guide said it was a good distance away and we were okay to carry on. So we are just over halfway. Still in the dark. Hopefully the sun will rise soon. But yeah, not much to show you yet. So just after that point we cross over our first crevasse. You can just see it here, covered in snow. And this is the reason we're roped up. I wouldn't want to be a solo hiker here, as there was a few of these to get over, some bigger than others. As the sun finally came up, it revealed this humongous thunderstorm, which was about 10 kilometers away. It was flashing with lightning every so often. Typical, I couldn't get it on camera, but yeah, what a sight. So the last 40 to 50 meters of this climb, it gets slightly technical, some mild scrambling, and the exposure ramps up. Now my camera actually froze at this point, so I don't have too much footage of it, just bits and pieces that I can show you. So the final section was actually a short ladder that was bolted into the rock. I think it was maybe about 5 meters high, but the exposure was considerable. But we managed it and we got to the summit of Gran Paradiso. This mountain is 4,061 meters high and is the highest mountain that is fully contained within Italy.
Ja.
Amazing.
Also, hier. Jetzt bin ich mal hier runtergekommen.
At the summit of Gran Paradiso for sunrise, 6 AM. We'll look at that for a few. Wow. Speechless. I have to say, this is one of the most spectacular things that I think I have ever seen. The views in every direction were just breathtaking, and we had timed it to perfection to reach the summit too. Couldn't have asked for much more. So there was just enough time to take a couple of pictures at the top before heading back down, as it was getting rather cold at 4,000 meters. Okay. So the way down is slightly different to the way up. It's a bit of a loop at the top, and this is just to stop a traffic jam of climbers reaching the top here. Luckily we were the only ones just now, but yeah, this was extremely exposed, this ledge here, with a humongous drop down to the left hand side. Just hold on tight. So we made it through the exposed section without difficulty, and then there was just a couple more rocks to get over. It is awkward to walk on in crampons, never nice, But before we knew it, we're back on that glacier, making our way down, and the great thing was we could see all the views that we missed on the way up. So that's it then, the summit of Gran Paradiso. We're just off the glacier, crampons off. Thanks to my amazing guide Alberto, couldn't have done that without him. Some amazing scenery here. But yeah, what a day it's been. And yeah, not finished yet, still got loads of hours of hiking back down to the hut and then all the way back down to the valley. And then back to Chamonix tonight, so yeah, busy day. But really enjoyed it. The final section down towards the hut was quite rocky, so care still had to be taken here, especially when the legs were this tired. That's us back at the Chabod hut. We made it. Whoa! Woohoo! But the bad news is we've got a 2-hour hike down from here. Very much.
Thanks for the adventure.
Wow, yeah.
Very good. Thanks.
Cheers. 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 Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
So after a well-deserved beer and a quick rest, it was actually time to head down. Those thunderstorms were due to come in, and believe me, they did, so it was a bit of a rush to get back down. Right, so that's it. Gran Paradiso in the bag, as they say. I can't even describe that trip. Incredible. I was very nervous. I won't lie or try to hide it about doing this, as it just seems like a different world to me altogether. But in the end, really enjoyed it. Great group of guys that I was hiking with. The guide was fantastic. So I'm going to end the video here, and I'll probably do a wee bit at the end with all the costs and what it was to put this trip together. But yeah, for now I've just got a couple hours hike back down to the car, back to Usta, back to Chamonix, then Geneva, then home. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next adventure. So that's it then. That's me home, and I thought I would just put together a little bit about how much this trip actually costs and just a few details, just in case you wanted to maybe do this yourself one day. So the trip itself, all in all, cost about £1,000. So I'll give you a rundown of what each bit was. Lexi just wants to jump on me here. But the flights from Edinburgh to Geneva were £170. Now that was £100 extra for the bags. The transfer from Geneva to Chamonix, £70. And the Airbnb that I got in Chamonix for 4 nights was £400, so £100 per night. Now, I did get a bus from Chamonix to Usta, which cost about €20. The public transport out there was actually dirt cheap. And the most important part was actually the guide. So the guide service I used was Esprit Montagne. Now, I'll put a link in the description just in case you want to use them. Now, they were €260 for the trip, but that does not include your hut. So the hut was an extra €60. which you got a 3-course meal there, your bed, and great facilities in that hut. You also had to put an extra €10 towards the guide for his share of the hut. And you could actually rent all the gear at this hut too. It was €10 per item, I think, or maybe €5 per item. And that would save you taking a big bag up to the hut. And also you could travel pretty light on the flight as well, maybe just hand luggage rather than the big case. So all in all, that adds up to about £990. Now obviously this doesn't include food or drink or any extras you might have during the trip, but I think for a 4,000 metre peak it's not too bad value for money, especially the guiding fee. So yeah, really enjoyable trip. So I forgot to mention here, the 2 cable cars in the morning of day 1, they cost about €40. And the big cable car Aiguille du Midi, that was around €80. So yeah, cable cars are not cheap. So for me, this was a bit of a bucket list trip, one that I had a plan for months in advance. And yeah, I was nervous, like I said in the video, and like it probably showed in the video, I was nervous to do it, especially solo. Who would have thought 5 years after my first Monroe, my first real hike on Ben Wyvis, that 5 years later I'd be in the Alps by myself, with a group obviously, but climbing a 4,000 metre peak still seems pretty surreal, to be honest. But for now I'm going to head back into the Scottish mountains. I might head back to the Alps in the future, who knows. So it's also worth saying that this is a good introduction peak, a good peak for beginners. This peak is usually used as an acclimatisation or a practice for Mont Blanc. So yeah, there's actually no real mountaineering experience needed, but a good level of fitness is required. So that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you've got any questions, put them down below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video for some more adventures.